not automatically suck for Chakru though, because he's in mid, right? He's playing a duel against a duo. That's Lance. He's gonna kick his butt.
Yeah, it's a Val and a Mathilda. Those two kick a lot of boxes.
All right, well, Chakru's gonna have to deal with that in a different way by rolling out. Here's that index. Check out the stats against TNC. Much better across the board, but Omega might just have the poison. They might have the venom here to change the way we understand how Baksha works. Has there ever been a Baksha in the Rome in Season 15?
Yeah, no. Not in Season 15.
See? So this is a role debut.
Yep. Welcome to Mobile Legends.
I'm hearing the gears. I'm hearing the gears, bro.
You're feeling him. You're feeling him.
Yeah.
Game 1 between the Barangay and the Phoenix Army. Once more, Omega needs the points, man. TNC so steady.
To be fair, with the Guinevere's, the Jawheads, the likes, you know, the Baksha, those act the same way. He's a very good leasher in the early game, but he has nothing to do up until the level 4.
He might not have anything to do, but maybe he's in a way able to just be a distraction enough to on the back end. If he goes for the back line, you know, with this, depending on really how Chaknu plays this Rome Boxer, since we haven't seen it too often at all, that could be a big part of if this works in Game 1 or not.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, Joseph, there is no back line. TNC are fighting in the paint. Look, they're all relatively mid-range.
Yeah, Harith, Val, Tsuyo. All these heroes, they want to get in front. We're going to get it up front personal. But for TNC, the good thing about their composition is that they don't have to worry about getting stunned. Because, like, again, as I've said earlier, you can just get pulled out by the guiding wind from Yaoi. Even though it's, you know, the Baksha does counteract some of the benefits of having the Mathilda on the playing field, like the heals and stuff. Matter is, you have to close out these skills.
Okay, Chaknu's already going to pop that Revitalize. They were trying to follow up. He's just going to get whittled down here until he goes down. First blood for Coil. First one of the game.
Ukir, I don't know what the communications were, but hey, man, I can deal enough damage. Lou's in trouble.
Oh, no. Lou's going to be in trouble. And no, another kill. Come on the hands this time around with 3-mar. This isn't looking too good for Smart Omega already. First turtle is up. And I don't think they contest this at all.
Deja vu. Again, I was just wondering, what are the players of Omega saying to Ukir to make him say, yeah, just keep fighting, bro. I got him. I got him.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually just, you know, a Zushin thing. But Smart Omega, they don't have damage. They don't have the kit to deal with the heroes of TNC, especially up against a Suyo, a Val, and a Mathilda. Now the effect is, you lose mid.
And it's miserable because even Andori was like, man, I got to catch up on the farm. He Retribution's a small camp. That's how bad it is, and that's how scared he is for his own farm, that TNC is going to start rolling into that side of the map.
You were asking this earlier, Leo. You know, what about Jome? He's been pretty consistent in his lane, and I think this is the case. Like, Jome, he doesn't have control of what's happening here in the early game, and most of their games for Smart Omega, it falls apart before it even gets to the point where Jome can shine.
Yeah, if you just try to get into Jome's head right now, thoughts would be running. He would be feeling like, okay, I can take off my lane. How about you guys? You guys good?
Yeah. And that evolves as the game goes on. It's like 3 minutes, it's that. 7 minutes, like, fellas, what are y'all doing? Big J's trying to work here, and Big J is behind maybe 100 gold from Benny Cutie here, who, by the way, is top in the charts. Benny Cutie amongst all gold laners.
Yeah.
He's doing great in Season 15.
Yep. Now, TNC, they're feeling that they have the momentum. The joy at the moment cannot contest this Mathilda and Suyi combination. So Coil is free to roam the map, basically. Free to even invade in the jungle of Omega.
Yep, look at that. Almost perfect pathing. You can call him King Coil, the way he's gunning for that 15 level at 9 minutes. Check it out here. See, they're threatening even Andorio's little rock Ursa.
Oh, they
now
want
the
fight.
flip.
They're going to go in. They use the flicker, already getting 3-mar. 3-mar just escapes with the amount of utility. So look at that. Smart Omega throwing a whole lot and getting a whole lot of nothing.
They have no damage. They've used the flicker on Luis. They've used every damage spells that they have. And the only thing that they forced out on the side of TNC was the guiding wind from Yaoi.
I don't think you even say you force out a guiding wind. That's literally just a second skill, my dog.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, Omega, they're putting all effort to kill down, take down the Hilda. But they save him.
Oh, no!
They're going to fight again. Once again, they're going to be in trouble. Revitalize going to be popped. 3Mar's the one to go down. Couple flickers used. Andoryu somehow gets the turtle, though. Still going to be breaking on the fight, and Lancy will escape with a guiding wind. Ukir does jump in with the beacon and makes TNC retreat. So, hey, they get on the board. They get an objective.
Well, I'll be damned. That's all they needed. Midnight, they needed Big J to be part of the engagement.
Well, if you're asking for big damage, of course, it is going to come from the Granger. The timing is there. Fortunately for Smart Omega, Turtle spawned on the top side, so they did have some form of damage. But is it enough?
Oh!
Okay, he's going to be fine, Luis. Luckily there to stop Benny Cutie. I'm not sure if Benny Cutie would have even been able to get that kill, but yeah, we're back to it, and now it's more or less even across the board, at least in the item-wise here, as we take a look.
Okay, for actually Andoryu is getting a lot of farm. Has a higher gold, has a higher net worth over Coil. That's surprising considering that Coil has been invading a lot of jungle creeps on the side of the Omega.
Uh-oh. Team Martese here running around. And there's a conceal coming in.
He gets dragged. 3Mar could be in trouble. Rest of the team trying to help him out, trying to get the bush. 3Mar goes down, but they're going to force the fight under the Zaman Force. Benny Cutie popping off, looking for Chakdu.
Wow.
Won't be able to get him, and Lancy won't either. Going to be chasing down Chakdu, and Chakdu still on the run, but finally, Lancy comes in. Ooh. Coil joins the fight. Will be able to find Jome. Takes him out with a Soul Sever. TNC finds 2.
Yeah, the Blade Surge did not hit, but fortunately for Coil, the Retribution Slow was there to be able to catch up to the Granger and TNT. Even though there's a couple of like targeting mishaps on their side, they still are the stronger lineup in this mid game.
The Barangay overheated. It looked great until it didn't, because the rest of TNC were ready to answer back, and Coil finally finding his footing. Looking at it again, he's catching up. Again, he was down like, what, 200, 300 gold earlier? Now he's about on par with Andoryu, who I reckon took a lot of the gold from that bottom lane tier 1. He chopped away the shield, and now they're looking to go last turtle on the line.
Going for the turtle here, and Dora's going to be able to secure it, but the fight already breaks out. Chaknu's gone, and now Luis in trouble under the Zaman Force of Benny Cutie. Benny Cutie looks for one, now going to be looking for Jome. Jome's going to be chased down by 3Mar and Yaoi as well. They'll clean up the kill as Yaoi takes out Jome.
Yeah, this is going to be a big problem for Smart Omega. Even though it looked like they were having fun with the Baksha, it was making sense for some of the few and key team fights that Omega were winning, especially with Andoryu being consistent on the Turtle Steel. Bigger story is you have no catch against Benny Cutie, and he's rocking a Purify. Even the jump from Chaknu or Luis can just get purified. Yeah, sure, your tanky targets, but we only just need to take down Joe.
And the thing is, Benny never needed to use his Purify. Not 8 minutes into game number 1. And who's going to catch him, right? You already mentioned Luis, you already mentioned Chaknu. How is Andoryu supposed to get the job done? How is Jome supposed to get the job done? Because Jome is afraid of Lancy. Jome is afraid of Coil too. Hell, even 3Mar. 3Mar's been taking heads.
Yeah, he's an easy target here for TNT. Andoryu has to find a good angle where Yaoi has already exhausted the Guiding Wind, because that's the only case that they take down this Harith. If Yaoi is not able to save Benny Cutie in time for the electrifying beats to come through.
Oh, look at this. Down bottom, Andoryu doing some work. Chaknu engages.
Chaknu jumps in. Guiding Wind's going to be able to find a couple members, and into the Soul Sever. Chaknu's gone, and they're going to fight under the tier 2. Benny Cutie popping off with the Zaman Force. Looking for Luis. One hit away, but will be able to get away. So the turret goes down. Only one body, and that's Chaknu for TNC.
And that turret. They lose that tier 2 up top, but Andoryu does find his mission accomplished down bottom. But that's all they get.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Benny Cutie missed a Chrono Dash there. Could have taken out Luis. Could have gone for more. Even a tower in the middle lane, it's not safe anymore for Smart Omega. But now comes the Lord fight. And I think Smart Omega, they don't have the capacity to contest this Lord, even if they jump all 5 members onto one single hero.
Let's see which hero that is. It's not a TNC if they're willing to throw out. Might be 3 Martese. Gets hit with a Crimson Flare. And oh, no, he can't be touched again. He's already built that Radiant Armor.
Yeah, he's pretty tanky himself and just will heal up in the bushes here with that passive. So Lord is up, and it does look like, hey, Smart Omega, they don't mind that they've been losing all these team fights, that they're actually willing to go ahead and show face here for this first Lord.
Nope, not going to take this line down. Smart Omega staying within range. The Lord Dance
Oh, the
has
roll.
begun. Quick knock up. Lord at half health. Benny Cutie still holding onto that Purify and that Zaman Force. And soft reset.
Going for the reset here. Still half health. Andoru on that far side, just kind of letting the team. But that's the thing, too. There's a lot of poke here from TNC's lineup.
Yeah, just look at Benny. Very far away from the damage dealers on the side of Smart Omega. And they're just letting Coil tank the Lord damage because he does have life steal. Oh, they're jumping on the Harith.
They might go to a couple seconds on that flicker from Luis, so they might wait for that to actually force an engage.
Revitalize.
Revitalize is actually going to be used.
Chaknu?
By Chaknu. They already have that information. And Doru's going to jump in. They might want to just go ahead and reset this and wait.
That's another one coming through. Lord now with a fifth of its health, an eighth, a tenth.
Oh, they're going to go for it. And Coil will be able to secure the Lord. Now Luis on the run. Pops a Primal Wrath, going for 3 more. And now the rest of the team comes through as Benny Cutie finds Luis. Very easy job for TNC. Gets the objective and now looking to take the mid turrets.
The Phoenix Army is eating good. Omega got nothing out of that.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised as to how close that Lord Dance was. But again, it's hard to out-Retribution a Suyo with a Soul Saber Retribution combo. And they lose Luis off the back of the Lord contest. I was going to say, again, they didn't have the capacity to contest that Lord from TNC. But TNC, they did play it slow. They did play the disciplined approach to the Lord Dance, and now they're going to be able to wipe out the outer towers of Smart Omega, and that forces the Granger and the Joy to stick inside their base, and that's not fun, especially for Andorio, because you have to go out, you have to get this farm, you have to complete your items for you to be able to land the finishing blow onto the Harith.
Robert, not fun is an understatement. I'll tell you now, the correct term is miserable.
Miserable
as
indeed.
a Granger and as a Joy, you are going to be begging for alms. They are so down on gold right now, approaching the 5K mark, and Andoriu's doing God's work. Look at that. Andoriu's like, all right, we can push one up top.
He's having his own concert up top right now, and it's kind of what he's got to do. And if you, I guess you want to look at the bright side, Smart Omega held on to their shields. Yeah. You know, and that Lord was taken. They are down about 4,000 gold, but ultimately they keep things together.
Again, this is symptomatic of Midnight's observation. TNC are super conservative. They are taking it slow, and they're not rushing anything.
Yeah. Even though, as much as I would say, I'd praise that approach from TNC. They have timers, by the way. It's still a Joy. Yes, you have a Harith, you have a Mathilda. There's damage, there's saves from TNC, but you gotta respect Andoriu's timings as well. Once he hits that spike of the Joy where he just one-shots the heroes on the side of TNC, he is gonna become a problem as well.
They're gonna pull this in now. 3 are gonna be in trouble. Gets tossed in the air. He does get away with the guiding wind though. Still gonna be alive, and now the circling eagle from Yaoi able to find 2, knocks them up, and they'll follow through. Luis goes down as well. 2 already down. So even with everything thrown at 3mar, he survives, and TNC finds 2 bodies.
And this whole time, Andoriu just got out of the fight, secured his ore, just said, fellas, I'm just going to take what we can, all right? House is burning. The house is burning.
I mean, that's a good way of approaching this game. You just got to get your, trades.
Oh, Benny goes under. He's going to be able to find Nukir. He made it look so easy, and Joam just couldn't do anything but watch.
I don't think Benny's popped the Spear Fly yet.
Not a single time.
Yeah.
You're right.
Could have just gone for a Flicker, honestly. or a Flame Shot, I don't know.
Again, this is TNC at their most respectful era yet. They're just like, we're not going to slip it up, man. We're not going to let you do that.
Yeah. Again, though, still, gotta respect the timer of the Joy. Like, Andoriu's way or approach to this game has been very methodical. Like, you get the good trades that you can. You're trying to lose less when you're losing the team fights, but you're also getting more farm off of Andoriu's splits, off of him surviving these unfortunate clashes. So now you're at the point where you just need to breathe a little bit more.
Is this the timer, though? He's got Divine Glaive. He just picked it up. So the
one
timer
more.
we're talking about for the Joy? One more?
Yeah, one more. Maybe the Blood Wings, or maybe a Winter Crown or something.
I'd say the rest of the team has to catch up. It's not just Andoriu they're waiting for.
Yeah.
Big J also needs a lot of catching up to do. He's just on his way to his 4th item. I'd reckon a Halberd of the Seas.
That's a big item though. Like the amount of anti-heals that they have on their side, it's gonna reduce a lot of the shields coming out from Yaoi and Benny.
All right, we got an end angle incoming. Lord marching through bottom. Top lane and mid lane, chubby wave incoming for the Phoenix Army. Another penetration incoming, I'd reckon. in mid. Look at this, circling eagle pulled off.
Already gonna go for it just for that turret. Lord's gonna finally go down. Next focus, the top one, taking all the base turrets down. TNC will do that. Let's see if they still go for more. 3 more, tanking up in the front side, and there's a ton of damage on Luis as Luis goes down already. The waves are gonna be cleared out, and Benny Cutie laying down the damage with that Zaman Force. Does picks up the concentrated energy, so they wait for the next waves to push in here. All base turrets down a member. Conceal going to be used now. Smart Omega, we'll see if they can hold it together, stay in the game. They clear out the waves already, still keeping it together, and now the Zaman Force drop down. Another circling eagle from Yaoi.
Oh, God.
Just looking to focus on the base. Chaknu's gone, still breaking out the fight. They're pushing in with the minions, and they keep it all at bay as the base is worked on, and TNC will take game 1.
Slow and steady, flying towards that sweep. Match point for TNC. The Barangay. I don't think anything changed much.
Well,
Despite Chakno being in, like it's
not looking good.
They tried changing the meta, that's for sure. Tried taking up the Baksha, but again, there were a lot of questions, a lot of doubts. So when they picked up the Baksha here for Chakno, it did work for